What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Chosen League podcast, where fire sports content is the name of the game. I'm your host, Devin. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. Cowboys fans, Cowboys Nation. Cowboys ain't looking like we them boys right now because, as we know, breaking news, Micah Parsons signs a 4-year, $188 million deal with the Green Bay Packers, making him the highest paid defensive player. Now, he wanted to do that in Dallas, but sadly, that wasn't going to happen because of who? One person in particular, Jerry Jones. Now, before I go more in depth about this topic, question for discussion: will the Cowboys suffer defense suffer due to the Micah Parsons trade? Oh yes, certainly. Because you got to understand, we're talking about Micah Parsons, drafted in the first round with the 12th pick of the 2021 draft. Four-time All-Pro bowler, two-time All-Pro, and spent 4 years with the Cowboys. And plus, he's the heart and soul of your defense. And you let that go. You let that go quickly, Jerry Jones. One half of the fans are still trying to hold on to hope, trying to say this might be a Herschel Walker trade, and I disagree with that. It's not a Herschel. This is not a Herschel Walker trade. And then the other half of the Cowboys fans are frustrated. But I'm also going to play this clip for you guys real quick on Micah Parsons and give you guys his thoughts on how he felt about the trade to the Packers. Here we go.
Honestly, everything happens for a reason. It's a blessing in disguise. I may not have that answer for you yet. I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna just I'm gonna work hard every day to prove that you, the Packers organization made the right decision and trusted me. Um, and, I'm gonna carry that. When come to week 4, we'll be ready. And, we're going to prepare the same way we had the previous week.
And there you have it. Micah Parsons is letting people know right now this is a blessing in disguise. Everything happens for a reason. And the Packers defense is about to be a problem this season. And let's not forget, Dak Prescott should be nervous. You should be scared though, because your former teammate who used to be on your team, your former teammate, you're going to go against September 28th. The Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers will face off September 28th. So, with that in mind, when you look at Michael Parsons' situation, it is a blessing in disguise. Look at it. I like to compare this trade to Charles Haley when he came to the Cowboys when he was playing for San Fran, and San Fran was the team to beat back in the 90s, and they decided to trade Charles Haley, and Charles Haley said, I'm gonna give y'all a reason why it was a mistake trading me, and y'all gonna see why. And what he did, end up winning the Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys. But this time, Michael Parsons will be able to do it with the Green Bay Packers. Their Super Bowl odds have increased. They will be Super Bowl favorites. The Green Bay Packers will be Super Bowl favorites. There's no doubt in my mind about this team. The Packers defense hasn't been the same. The last time the Packers defense was so dominant, that was when AJ Hawks and Clay Matthews was still in the league playing for Green Bay. Those two was a terror back in their day. Now you got a guy like Michael Parsons who understands the game, who can basically help them beat the Cowboys, and you know, and they're gonna change up that defensive scheme. So Dallas Cowboys, y'all gonna get a new Michael Parsons. This is like this is gonna be a different Michael Parsons, and I'm looking forward to it. He will also be wearing jersey number one, so he changed his jersey number. He'll be wearing number one. But also, not only that, this also reminds me of Emmitt Smith. Remember back in the 90s when Emmitt Smith, they won a Super Bowl. So here it reads: for the most famous contract dispute in Dallas, however, one has to travel all the way back to 1993 to the saga involving Jones and the man who turned out to be the best running back in team history, Emmitt Smith, whose rookie deal had expired following the Cowboys' 52-17 victory over the Buffalo Bills in Super Bowl 27. The dispute was a lengthy one, as Smith sat out the entirety of training camp and even missed the first two games of the 1993 regular season. But as for fans of America's team knows, the conflict was eventually resolved, and Smith went on to make NFL history that season while helping the Cowboys to a second straight Super Bowl victory. That's when they went back to back. See, the problem with Jerry Jones is he's stuck in his own way. He can't get out his ego. He can't he just can't do it. He's always got to be in control of everything. He always got to be in the forefront. It's either with Jerry Jones. It's either my way or the highway. And I'm sorry, folks. Jerry Jones is gonna be Jerry Jones because that's who he is. He's also a businessman, which I understand. It's a business, but you got to be for real. That was the dumbest move you made, man. That was the dumbest move. How do you get rid of your best player, who is the heart and soul of your defense? And matter of fact, yeah, we talk about Micah Parsons has been injured, but he hasn't been more injury prone than the guy of Trayvon Diggs. Let's get that straight. At least Micah Parsons was more available to play than Trayvon Diggs. So you can't sit here, man, and be like, okay, we're just gonna let him go. Come on, man. Cowboys fans, y'all been getting the short end of the stick every single year. With Ezekiel Elliott and Dak, they did their thing. Dak trying to get up there in the second round, got into the second round of playoffs, played Green Bay at home, and they lost. It's just not good enough. Jerry Jones is just not trying to do it for the team. He's not about winning. He's about business. To be honest, man, Cowboys fans, stop going to the games. Just boycott. Stop going to the games because you're getting the short end of the stick. You're hoping that things are going to change. It's not. Plus, Dak Prescott got paid, CeeDee Lamb got paid, and George Pickens got paid. Even though he got traded from the Steelers to the Cowboys, he got paid. So it's like Dak Prescott of all players. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dak is good and all, but he ain't been the same. He ain't been producing like that. And the last thing I want to cover before I end the show, Jason Garrett, puts in his 2 cents, what he had to say about the Micah Parsons trade. Here it reads, Micah Parsons is the guy causing all the problems, and those guys are hard to come by. If you think about, 4 years, 52 sacks, he and Reggie White being used in the same sentence. He's an impactful player, and I was shocked that they let him out of the building. You let go of an impact player, a guy who brings that out of the 4 years he been with the Cowboys, he gave everything he had. And that's why your defense were the way they were. That's why they were dominant at certain points in the season. That's why they were dominant in those big moments. But now you don't have that anymore. So now all you're basically you're just left to pick up the pieces. Basically. That's because that's all you can do and hope for the best going into the regular season. But in conclusion, man, Michael Parsons, I'm happy for him. Looking forward to seeing him play in Green Bay. Cowboys, on the other hand, man, it's tough on y'all. Cowboys fans, I understand the pain. It just sucks. But anyways, that is all for today's episode. Once again, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. I'm Devin, and I'm signing off.
For watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.